Hello and welcome back to day 4 of our 30 days of healthy core and yoga flow to clear stagnant energy, eliminate toxins, and open up new pathways for our body to receive new higher frequencies and vibrancy. So thank you for joining me, and we are going to have 5 different sets of core healthy exercises, and then we follow that with a short yoga flow into a pose today called Revolved Triangle or Parvritta Trikonasana. So let's take a comfortable seat and center, and we're going to cross our legs and sit nice and tall on our sit bones. You might sit on a pillow or a blanket, something to make it nice and steady for your seat to just sit upright and softening all of the outer layers, keeping the inner body nice and bright, setting an intention for your practice. Maybe there is a special body part that needs your attention, maybe there's an organ, and we will go deeper today and twist and wring out anything that might hold us back to move with ease throughout the day. Let's bring our palms together in front of the heart. Join our voices in one Om to start our practice. Take a nice big inhale. And release the hands, open the eyes, and come onto all fours. And we'll start with our cat-cow to really kind of wake up the center line, wake up the core, wake up the spine. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Shoulders and wrists are stacked. Hollow the upper arm bones in. Knees and hips are stacked. Tuck the toes. Arc your spine up towards the sky. Expand the back body. Hug the front. And exhale, lowering it back down. And roll that lower belly in and up. It's really the deeper layers that we want to get to. And exhale. And we'll keep that going 3 more times, just kind of rolling up vertebrae by vertebrae, finding that nice big expansion for the back body. And again, arching the spine, bringing it all the way up. Holding it for a moment and exhale. And one more time, massaging the organs in and up and just kind of flushing them around. Making sure that we are finding all nook and crannies, firing up all the muscles of the front, side, and back body. And exhale, bring it back down and come on to your back, please. So we'll take that expanded spine and bring it in towards the mat. And just arc the spine in towards the yoga mat so there's no opening between your back and your mat. It's like vacuum sucked all the way in. And we'll stay here. And you can stay right here and just hold the belly in, or you can come along for our dead bug variation with our knees in tabletop, and you can have the head down, or like yesterday you can lift your head up. So see what works for you. Today I'm keeping my head down and focusing a lot more on keeping the lower belly plugged in and the back plugged into the mat. Let's take the opposite arm, opposite leg, and extend out for 20 rounds on each side. And we'll just keep this going. And if you're like me, you might feel something from the previous days. I sure do. And we'll just keep this moving in a nice pace. 5 and 6. And we'll just keep this going, breathing, focusing on pulling that lower belly in so there's no swaying back and forth. in the lower back and the belly. And keep it going. This should be 10-ish. We'll keep it to 10. And then we'll have 10 more to make it into our 20 rounds. 9 more. Back and suck the belly in. Only lowering your arm and your leg as far down as it feels comfortable to keep your lower back onto the floor. 5 more. And 4 more. And 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more to bring some good health and vitality to our core. Excellent. Knees into the chest, holding it in. And take your legs back up into tabletop, arms out to the side. And we're gonna do our best to keep our knees and our hips stacked and roll over onto your right side of the hip, keeping your left shoulder blade down. So a couple of tick-tocks, 20 of them from side to side. And we'll keep this to 20. This is 3. And coming over 4. See if you can keep your knees stacked. 5. And 6. And using the obliques, using the deeper transverse abdominals. 7. 9 and 10, gluing the shoulder blades down. 11 and 12, 13, 14, keeping that lower belly secure in towards the front of the spine to feel nice and plugged in, and using all the healthy core that we have tapped into. 4 more. And 2 more. And bringing it to that side and taking it all the way back up, bringing the knees into the chest, taking the feet down for some grounding and some security towards the back and the feet, and the hips are down, feeling a little bit more centered. Take your feet together, take your right ankle over your left knee for figure 4, and we're going to stay right here. And maybe stay here for the whole duration, or you could come and lift your left elbow up towards the right knee, and we can just take it up and down for 20. That's 18. We'll just keep it going. Inhale and exhale. 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10, and 10 more, and 9 more, 7, and 6, exhaling on the way up, inhaling on the way down, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more, and bring it back down. Switch sides, feet together. Take your left ankle over your right knee, and back and suck that belly in. Use your core as you lift up. Take your right elbow to your left knee, or you might stay down and just simply feel awareness in towards your belly. And we'll keep this going for 18 more, 17, 16, 15, exhaling on the way up, Inhaling on the way down. 11, 10, and 10 more. Bringing it up and down. Exhaling and inhaling. 7 more. 4 more. There is 4 more. And 3 more. And 2 more. And 1 more for good measure. We'll bring it up and take it back down. Nice job. Release the hands, release your feet. And from here we're going to bring the knees into the chest and take the hands underneath and give ourselves our reverse curls by lifting up and lowering it back down. And lifting up, squeezing the midline, lowering it back down. And lifting up and lowering. And lowering. Bringing it up and back down. And again. And 10 more. And 9 more. 8 more. Only taking your legs down as far as it's comfortable and supported by your lower back. 5 more. And 4 more. And 3. And 2. And last 1. Bring it all the way back down. Take your feet on each side of the mat. Arms out to the side. And give yourself a couple of windshield wipers, side to side. Knees side to side. Twisting, turning. Massaging in towards the lower back, in towards the hip flexors, in towards the IT band. And then leave your knees over towards the left side, so your left foot is touching the mat and your right foot is touching the mat, so it's nice and wide. Take your left ankle over your right knee and give yourself a nice big twisty stretch right here. Stretching in towards the right side of the waist. And release the left leg, take it up and over, second side. Feet are touching the edge of your mat, or they are out hip width apart if you're not on a mat. Take your right ankle over your left knee. And just gently relaxing your right ankle with light pressure onto your left top of the knee for a little enhancement for twisting in towards the left side of the waist, hip flexor area. And release. Bring it all the way back in. Take your knees in towards the chest. Take your right knee to the chest. Extend your left leg out. Hug your knee in towards your shoulder. A little lateral to the side. Plugging the femur in. And exhale and inhale. Extend your leg up towards the sky. Stretching the back of the leg. Elongating from the core that we hugged in, out the legs, out the 4 corners of our feet. You can press your hands in towards your hamstrings and helping to plug in femur to hip and helping to have a nice, free, easeful feeling into the whole hip area, into the lower back. Bend your right knee back down. This time take your knee over to the side for a twist. Taking it to where it feels comfortable. Breathing, softening. Maybe you have a block for your leg. And gently bring it all the way back up. Hug your knee in and switch sides. Right leg out and left knee into the chest. And then take it towards the armpit, towards the shoulder. A little lateral flexion and plugging the femur in towards the hip socket, finding a little bit more freedom in towards the hips and in towards the hip flexor. Engage your healthy core all the way in and up to support this stretch and support really the whole practice and really the whole life. Take your hands around your hamstrings, press your hands and your hamstrings into each other, pressing and extending and elongating, clearing the pathways in the legs, and bend your knee back down. Come into a supine twist, leg over to the side. Just a gentle stretch, letting your body tell you where it feels comfortable to come over to do your twist. One more breath here. And exhale, bring it all the way back up. And extend your leg all the way out. Take your thumbs, hook them together, and feet together, full elongation. And exhale, hands down to the side. Bring the knees into the chest and come into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spreading the fingers nice and wide. Pedaling in towards the heels. From your core, extend out through all parts of the body. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones, hollow in towards the shoulders. Breathing, softening and extending into the back body, into the bottom of the feet, in towards the ankles, calves, knees, hamstrings, seat, lower back, and the whole back draping up towards the head. Take the gaze over to your thumbs, step forward, inhale, long spine, and exhale, fold. Press the feet, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, palms together, and hands to the heart. Release the hands, inhale, bring it all the way up, and exhale, hinge and fold, Uttanasana, forward fold, inhale, long spine, exhale, step to downward facing dog. Roll your vertebrae over into plank pose. Bring your knees to the floor, lower all the way down. Inhale into low cobra. Elongate the belly, you should feel good after the last few days of core. Exhale, release, and push back, child's pose. From your center, extend back into child's pose and bring it back up to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll do that 2 more times. Take a nice big roll over to plank pose and lower the knees to the floor. Come all the way down. Inhale into a low cobra, medium cobra, whichever seems to work for your back. Stretch your legs out, spread your toes, stretch your belly, stretch your organs. Exhale, push back, child's pose from your core. Extend back, hollow the belly, in and up. And gently come back up, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. One more time, rolling the vertebrae, using the core, coming to plank pose, knees to the earth, and come all the way to the floor. And inhale to low cobra, or take it into any cobra that works for your body, for your spine. You can move out a little bit, swaying your cobra side to side, and exhale, release. Bring it back down. Coming to child's pose, big toes together, knees apart, and come forward, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the palms, lift the upper arm bones, step your feet to the hands, inhale, long spine, exhale, fold, press the feet, sweep it all the way up, palms together. Exhale, hands straight down through the center line. Release the hands. Take your hands behind you, interlace, roll the shoulders up and back. Hinge and fold, bend into the knees, open the shoulders, head towards the floor. Hands can stay on the sacrum, and we can just simply lift our wings up and back, lift the shoulder blades. And then maybe from there, it feels good to lift the arms up towards the sky. Moving side to side. This way and that way. And exhale, release. Hands to the sacrum, hands to the floor. Step back into downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step your right foot between the hands. Take your left knee to the floor. Come into our thigh stretch with our knees and ankles stacked above and below each other. Hollow the lower belly. Get in towards your left hip flexor. And then from there, inhale, come forward in the outer hips. Lift your heart, your chest, your lungs. And exhale, release hands to earth. Sweep your right arm up. Big wide low lunge twist. Pulling the lower belly in. Exhale, release. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Press the palms down and lift up at the same time. Left foot between the hands. Low lunge, thigh stretch. Tuck the toes under in the back. Knee and ankle and knee and hip are stacked. Pull the lower belly in, tailbone down. Lift your heart, your chest, your lungs. And then from there, come forward in towards the outer hips. Come a little deeper in towards the quad. Lift the lower belly, support the lower back. And exhale, hands to earth. And sweep your left arm up towards the sky. Shoulder blades on towards the back. Pulling down. Pull the lower belly in. Help the twist. And exhale, release. Hands to yoga mat. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step your right foot between the hands. Hands to your thigh. And arch the spine up. Release the hands. Inhale. Bring it all the way up. And open up to the right side. Big, nice, wide crescent standing twist. Bring your arms all the way back up. And exhale, hands to earth. Sweep your right arm up. Left arm stays down. Big, wide crescent twist. Should feel good for the abdominals. Exhale, release. Hands to floor. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Keeping it the flow going. Stepping your left foot between the hands. Hands to quad. Arch the spine. And release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and up. And open up to the left side towards step bend, front knee. Open the palms, twisting and turning. Sweep your left arm up towards the sky. Big wide crescent lunge. Exhale, release. Hands to earth. Right hand stays down, left arm comes up. Bind the upper lower body together. Extending from the midline. And exhale. Hands to mat. Step back. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step your feet to the hands, please. Inhale. Long spine. Exhale, fold. Press the feet. Inhale, sweep it all the way up. And hands to the heart. Release the hands. And take a big wide step. Feet wide apart pose. Parvritta Trikonasana. Arms out to the side. Hands to hips. Roll the shoulders up and back. Bend into your knees. And hinge and fold forward. You can push your hips back with your hands onto the top of the thighs. Making space for the lower back. Plugging the femurs in. Breathing. Making space. And then release the hands onto the floor. Right hand in the center. Left hand comes up for a nice big wide twist. And exhale. Switch sides. Left hand down. Right arm up towards the sky. Big wide twist. From that healthy core, we are just turning and churning and raising vibrations, raising frequencies, raising layers by moving all of our body parts energetically and physically. Press the palms. Downward facing dog, please. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step your right foot between your hands. Left foot flat. Warrior one. Arms forward and up. Arms wide apart. shoulder width apart, pull your right hip back, bend your front knee, open your arms to the right side, just like previous. This time, there's more anchoring into the back foot and twisting and turning. And bring your arms back up into a warrior one, arms wide apart. Exhale, release, hands to the floor. Step it back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Flowing into warrior one with your left foot forward, right foot flat. Anchor into the feet, plug your left hip back, right hip forward, arms up to the sky, open to the left side, lift up and over as you twist your body over to the left side. And one more breath here. Exhale, bring your arms up to the sky for our warrior one, hands wide apart. Exhale, hands to the floor, step it back, downward facing dog. One breath. Roll forward to plank pose, lower to the earth, and inhale into your cobra, inner shoulder to outer shoulder. And exhale, release back down, push back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Find your way into your feet and onto your hands. Step your right foot between your hands. Bend nice and deep down. Support your hands on each side of your right foot. And from here, extend both legs into pyramid pose. Long spine. Press into all four corners of the feet. Pull your right hip back by engaging your core. Left hand stays inside your right foot and the right hand opens up for a version of revolved triangle. Nice big wide open version. And exhale, release, hands to the earth, step it back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Give yourself a nice big breath. Step your left foot between your hands. Stay nice and low. Support yourself on each side of your foot. And then come with two straight legs. I move the back foot usually in a foot or so. So I feel nice and steady in my feet, in my legs. Pull your left hip back. Hands forward. Use any props that you have nearby and you'd like to bring into your yoga practice. Hinge and fold. And then open into an open revolved triangle, right hand inside your left foot, left arm up to the sky. Big, wide, open, twisting. And exhale, release. Hands to the earth, step back, downward facing dog. Bring your feet to the center, hands to the center. So we'll just come halfway in and fold. Hands to hips, elbows to sky, press the feet, come all the way up and come to the front. You might find a block that you like to use. I'm going to use a block for this one. If you have one, grab your block, and if not, no big deal. You can have your feet hip widths apart, just stack your knees aligned with each other. Take your block on your inner upper thighs, and that way sometimes it just feels a little bit more supportive for hips and knees and ankles. For Utkatasana, chair pose, fingers towards the earth, sweep the arms forward and up. Squeeze the block, skin to muscle, muscle to bone. Take your left elbow to your right knee and take your hands to your heart, elbows up, elbows down, and take your gaze up over your right shoulder. Sink nice and deep. And exhale, release. Hands to floor. Inhale, sweep it back up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Right elbow to your left knee. Squeeze your block. Knees are stacked evenly next to each other. Take your hands to your heart, wring out your core, prepare your lower back, your midline for more twisting. Gaze up and exhale, gaze back down, hands to earth. Inhale, sweep it all the way up. Press the feet, inhale, come all the way back up to standing and hands down towards the block. Let's take the hands to the block and put the block away. Take the block to the side or wherever it needs to go in your house. Take your feet wide apart. Step them wide apart. Nice. And here we are with our toes facing forward. We're going to take our arms out. Turn your right heel in and your right toes forward. And a slight turn onto the back foot as well. Sweeping the arms up. And here we are like in a standing tall pyramid pose with our hips facing towards the right leg. And then from here, open up your arms towards the right side and take your right hand outside of your right shin and go for Parvritta Trikonasana, revolved triangle. Take the gaze up towards your thumb, breathing, wringing out the midline, wringing out stagnant energy, breathing, hugging in the belly for support in your pose. Take the gaze back down and windmill back up to our facing forward triangle pose. Take your left toes and turn them forward, heel in. Turn your toes slightly in and we're going to turn over to a standing tall triangle pyramid version on with your left foot forward. Bring your lower belly in for support. Separate your hands, open up towards the left side and twisting and turning. And from here, right hand comes down to a block or the floor and sweep your left arm up towards the sky. Or keep your hand on the inside of the foot. Gaze up, find your upper and lower body together and extend from the center. Breathing, softening, and staying strong all at the same time in the core. Take the gaze down, left arm down, right arm up, and take the hands to the hips. Parvritta Trikonasana, check. It should feel good for the belly, should feel good for the hips. We'll bend into the knees, support our hands on the floor, and come into a feet wide apart hinge, clearing the twisting, finding new space, new places for the twist to reach us in our body, to the different layers that needs it. Maybe do some slight comfortable moves that you like to do right here. Feet down, hands down, bend your knees. Hips and ankles are stacked. Breathing, softening. And take your hands underneath your shoulders, bring your feet together and come down and sit onto your ankle. So we're just sitting all the way down. We're gonna tuck the hands to the side and come into a supported child's pose. Closing our practice by just having support for the belly, for the legs. Of course, take any blankets that you might need and want to use, or pillows to feel better. We just want to take the hands next to the legs and let the shoulders relax after all those different turns. Expanding the back body. Closing our practice. And gently bringing it all the way back up, and take a comfortable seat. Bringing in your blanket, your pillow, or just simply sitting down however you like to sit. Let's cross the ankles or siddhasana, or sitting in a comfortable position, however that is for you. So here we are, sitting tall on the sit bones. Breathing into the new layers that we created. We're breathing into our healthy core that supports our digestive system, that helps us every day, every time we put anything into our mouth. We want to make sure that it has a healthy place to come into and be distributed evenly throughout the body to all parts. We'll sit nice and tall with that for a moment. Sitting on to the sit bones, elongated spine, relaxed shoulders. And gently bringing the hands together in front of the heart. And we close our practice with one Om together. If you'd like to join, we'll take a nice big inhale. Badger likes the Oms. Let's Om Badger. Take a nice big inhale. Take a breath into the new frequencies that you created for your body, for your energy, bodies, for your whole being. And I thank you for joining me on this journey. And I, as always, recommend to pull a blanket, bring in a pillow, lay down on your back and take a Shavasana and let everything integrate. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for day 5. Which we have extended side angle. So I'll see you then, and if you haven't already, there is a subscription button right there, and here is the next class. Thank you so much. Namaste. See you tomorrow. Would you let Badger and take a Shavasana? He knows.